Season 4, Episode 2. Welcome, Helen Dedes to Stories Unlocked. Are you excited?
Very.
Well, I am excited too. We have
Good.
lots of different guests that come onto this, but I don't think we've had someone with more of an exciting, interesting journey than what you've had.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Helen, let's go back as far as you can remember as a little girl,
Uh-huh.
4 years old.
Uh-huh.
What do you remember as a kid? Where are you? What do you remember?
What I remember,
Yeah.
a raining day, very hard, you know. And me and my friend, we had $1 each, and we went and dig a big hole. I put the dolls in the hole. We put something, I can't remember what it was on top, so they won't get wet, and we ran inside to the house.
And
How you think? What do you think?
That's a wild answer, but where were you in Greece?
In Greece, of course.
Whereabouts in Greece?
Lesbos.
Okay, you
Lesbos.
brothers, sisters?
Well, I've got one brother with 3 sisters.
Wow.
I'm the third one
The third one.
on the line. Yeah.
Okay, so you're in Lesbos.
Yes.
3 years old.
Yes.
4 years old, young girl.
Yes.
What did your father do for work?
He used to work for the government. He was, how can I say it now? Work for PICPA, you know. He used to do a lot of stuff for the government.
Okay, and your mum?
My mom, she was a cook like me.
A cook?
Yeah.
Okay. Restaurant, cafe, taverna?
No. Only summertime, because my father, summertime, he used to have camping for the poor people there from the government. And my mom used to cook summertime for all the kids. We used to have the young ones from 6 to 10 for 15 days. Mind you, all these kids, they were the poor, you know. And after 15 days again, we used to have from 12 to 17, and then we used to have the elderly one. I mean, more, like from 20, where I stop? Because I can't remember much. Anyway, we had every 15 days, girls, boys, young ones. The next 15 days, working people, but young ones, girls, women, and men. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They were coming for camping, you know, just to go out from the city. So.
Wow. Wow.
That was very good.
Let's take us back even further. Your grandfather and your grandma, where did they come from?
My grandfather and my father, they were born in, my father in Izmir, they call it, and my mom from Iva Lake. They came when they exchanged people in the war. Turks, right? From Anatolia. Turks and Greeks. The Turkish from Greece, they went. The Turkish from Greece, that they used to live in Greece, went to Turkey, and the Greeks from Turkey, they went back to Greece.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's now 120 years since that happened. So my mom, my grandmother, my grandfather, 2 grandparents, you know, from each side, they all came back to Lesbos from Ivali and Izmir, because it was very, very close, 1 hour by boat to go.
And your father and mum, I mean, they were in the war.
Yes.
What did they
Wh-
remember in the war? Were they did your father at all fight in the war? Did your mum was she? What are that? So interesting.
Tell you what, that was really, really a bad situation. You know, when the war started, people, they were running everywhere. You know, my father's father, they caught him, something happened, he's gone,
What happened? So that
lost,
was World War
two,
Two,
two.
and that's when Greeks were invaded.
Yes. Well, war.
Yes,
So the Turkish wanted the Turks that they used to live in Greece back. And the Greeks, they had to go back to Greece.
they said Ohi.
Yes. Aha. Yes. So that's what it happened. You know what I mean?
What was your father doing when they knew the war was on? When the invasion? What was he doing? How old was he?
He was 9 years old. He had a sister too. The sister, it's gone. She's gone. They couldn't get her because my grandfather, he had a big, I don't know, like farms. I don't know what they call them. And he used to go riding a horse and see all the people, you know, working in the farms. So Papu, grandfather, he got lost. My grandmother, she was some kind of doctor, you know, for the babies. When the ladies had the babies, she used to go and, you know, like what they call them here? Mate, whatever.
What do they call him again?
Yeah, come on. Come on.
You're testing me.
Yeah.
Tia Kendi, what do you call when the people that
Anyway,
hold the baby? Okay, doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But they used to, you know, they used to do that job, many people then, because not many doctors either. Who was going those days in, you know, to have a baby in the hospital or, you know, everyone used to have the babies at home.
Mm.
So my grandmother, she used to be
A
that.
midwife.
Bravo.
A midwife.
Ella, congratulations. Thank you.
Where's the button?
Thank you. Thank you. Bravo.
I can't get the button. It needs to be the thing. Anyway. Okay, so
Yeah.
is this laughing gonna stop? Okay, it's gone. Okay, now, so your father was 9 years old and your mum was also young, and what happened? An invasion started.
No. Yeah, my mom, but I'll tell you first with my father what happened.
Mm.
So my grandmother, because she lost the daughter and she lost the husband, she had my father. She grabbed my father and she went into the to get into the boat, you know,
The boat from where?
from Izmir,
Okay,
because mom was in Ayvalık.
okay.
So when they went in the boat, she had you remember those what they call them, laina. They used to put the water in.
Okay,
That was made out of clay.
okay, yes. The one
So
with the curve like that.
yeah,
Okay,
bravo,
yes.
bravo, yes. And in there, because she had money, they had money, and put severings in. She put water in, and she put the severing she had in there. Enough, plenty. So when they were going up the stair to go into the boat, you know, in the steps, someone called, "Hey, you! What are you doing? What you got in there?" And and she said, "Here." And he went like that with the, what do we call it again? Stab now, whatever.
Yeah.
And water came out. And he went, "Okay, go." You know what I
Wow.
mean? Yeah.
And was he Turkish or Greek that caught him?
He was probably Turkish.
Okay, so
because
On the boat,
they
the
were
Turks were rounding up the Greeks to take them away.
yes,
Oh my God. And what were they doing to take them away where?
to go back in Greece.
Okay.
Yeah, to go back in Greece.
Okay, got it.
So they went, and my mother something similar, but not much. You know, her story was just that they, with 2 kids, she found herself in Mytilene, right? And that's how they meet each other and they got married in Mytilene.
Okay, so your father got put on the boat by the Turks to go to Mytilene
With my grandmother.
with your grandmother. Okay, to go to Mytilene.
Mm.
And how old were they when they met?
No, that's a good story. Maybe 20 something, 22, 20.
Okay, so that your father was 9 years old when he went to Mytilene,
Yeah.
and then they met when they were about 20. How'd they meet? Instagram?
I beg your pardon?
Tinder?
Huh?
No.
What do you say?
Nothing. How'd they meet?
How they met? I don't know. I don't know that part. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing
Maybe
is,
in the platea.
God knows. God knows, because that didn't come to, out from my father or something. I don't know.
Okay, so they're 20 years old. When did they get married?
Where or when?
When did they get married?
I don't know.
What
I can't
age?
remember. I said 22, 23, they said.
Okay, 22, 23. And how old when they had you?
I was the third, maybe 27 or something. I don't know.
27.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you were born, what do you remember again as a little kid? How old were you when you came to Australia?
22.
22.
21, sorry. My apologies. 21.
21.
I finished high school. Actually, I finished the Economico Liceo because the high school then, it changed 3 times names. Once was a gymnasio.
Yep.
Then it went into a Boriki. And then went into Economico Liceo. That's where I finished.
Wow.
From Economico Liceo.
And just primary school, the first school you went to. Where did you go to primary school? Not the high school, the primary school.
The primary school was in Academia. 1 year in Mytilene, of course,
Yeah.
where we live. Mytilene in Varia. And Varia, it's the name of the, in Mytilene.
Yeah.
A bit out from the city. And 2 years there, I think, I remember. And my sister was coming with me too in that school, the eldest.
And so you were young, you're 5 years old.
And she's, yeah.
Yeah.
And she used to look after me, you know what I mean? One day the teacher took the stick, and because I was naughty or something, I don't know, she gave me one in the hand. And what my sister did, she grabbed me and she said, "You back, teacher. I'm getting my sister and I'm going." And there we go.
And you went to a different school after that.
I went to Academia, yeah.
Your big sister stood up for you.
Yes. That was
Wow.
very good because I didn't like that school then.
Good. And you know when you were in primary school, were you the popular kid?
Yes.
You're popular.
Yeah, I was.
What do you remember in primary school?
Oh, singing, dancing. I used to talk to the kids and say fairy tales, and things like that. I wasn't like the kids today, in these days. I was one of which I wanted to go in every, but good stuff like singing, dancing, fairy tales to the kids. And they used to say, "Oh, what are you going to say to us today?"
So you were an entertainer.
Yeah, bravo. Yeah.
You were an entertainer, and what age did you kind of start singing?
Very, very early. My father used to put me on a chair and he used to say to me, get up here, I'm going to give you 1 drachma and you're going to sing for me. Yeah. And I used to say to him, you really? You're going to give me 1 drachma? 1 drachma, then you used to get 1 loaf of bread. You know what I mean?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, all right? And then, yes. Or sometimes he wanted me to dance and I used to dress up like I remember that was our entertainment, right? I used to go sometimes on the table and I used to wear those things, what the gypsies are wearing, you know what I mean? And dance
And when you were a
entertainment for
young
the
kid,
others.
primary school, you were a young kid, did you like perform in like musicals or on stage at
Yes,
school?
yes, I was first in all those things. I was first in the front. Oh, who's going to do this? Yorga Kaki, my surname. Yorga Kaki is going to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was
So that was your Yorgo Kaki.
Yorga Kaki.
Yorgo Kaki. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that name, they
Your
use,
maiden name.
it's from Crete.
Okay.
All the names that they finish in Akis, they all from Crete.
So you have family in Crete too.
Yeah.
And just going back,
The
I
roots.
hear the people in Crete,
Yeah,
when they got invaded,
yeah.
they were strong.
Of course.
Tell me about that.
What can I say? They were strong. They didn't want to go. Some of them are still there. You know what I mean? And they're going to go. Some of them, they still got, you know, places there. And some, they come back. Now, these days, people are coming back.
Really?
Yeah, in Turkey, they've got the Christians hidden. They hidden. The ones that they stayed back, they didn't go. You know what I mean? Maybe they changed the name or something. But deep down, they're
Aliens.
Christian. Hellenist
Wow.
Christian. Yeah. Yeah. And they come now. We've got the most famous church in Greece, but I think everywhere. It's Taxiarchis in the village of Madamados. Taxiarchis is made with clay.
Wow.
Now, this is a big story, which maybe sometimes I can, you know, I'll tell you this story.
We can go, but
It's a very big story with the Archangelos Michael. Archangel Michael. You know?
there you go. But you're a young kid, okay?
Yeah.
You're a young girl. You're in school. You're the sounds like you're the life of the party. You're the entertainer. You're up doing the musicals. You're up singing.
Yes.
What else are you doing? Did you play sport
Of
as
course.
a young girl, primary school?
Yes.
What did you
Sports.
play?
Well, all the kids, they had to, gymnastics was the main one, you know.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, you have to have that in, you know, from day one, as we say, was on the, you know.
Was it a
what
girl
to
and
learn.
boys school? Or
Well, that primary one was, co-ed.
Co-ed.
Yeah, co-ed. But we had high school was just girls.
Just girls.
Just
And you said the Greeks there in Mytilene, all the kids have to do gymnastics. That was like the sport everyone
the
plays.
sport. The
No
sport.
netball.
That was an hour from school was for sport, you know? Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
And primary school, Mytilene, when it came to lunchtime,
Yeah.
did everyone have lunch boxes? Did they cook there? Did you buy something there? How did you eat?
Well, you had to go home. You had something at 10 o'clock. Maybe when the bell rang, you go to the, what do they call it, that periptero
Yes.
or something, or the
Yes.
mother give them something, only, you know, to have it on the first call of the bell, the first, I think it was 10 o'clock. After that, lunch at home. because school then, I remember, was up to 1 o'clock.
Okay. I was up to 1 p.m. Okay.
Yeah,
What
1
time
p.m.
did you start school?
8.
8 a.m.
Yeah.
At 10 a.m., you go to the peripteral to have
No
a
periptero, but because they all said so, because where my school was a periptero opposite.
canteen.
A canteen, bravo. Canteen, yes. Come on, don't forget.
No, okay. And
I'm
then
not young, I
at
don't
1 p.m.,
remember.
everyone go home.
Yes,
When you went home, what do you do?
what I do depends. What I had to do for my father, what I had to do for my mother. But then again, when I grow up, I used to say, sorry, I'm going to high school now, and I don't have much time to help around. So
Did you used
I was a
to
little bit cheeky.
yeah, in primary school, did you work with your mum at all or your dad at all? Did you
Yeah,
help
I
them? What did you
always
do?
used to help them. Yeah, always. But when I grew up a little bit, well, I wanted my own space too, you know what I mean?
And what kind of help would you give your mum and dad after school?
Mom, with cooking. Yeah,
With cooking?
with cooking. And
What
my
would what kind of
father,
stuff would you cook with your mum?
oh, everything. She came from Anatolia, from there. They're good cooks. You know what I mean? Turks are very good cooks. They've got nice. I'm saying that. And whatever came from Anatolia, from there, oh, beautiful.
So was there a Turkish influence on your mum's cooking?
Yes. Now, I don't know if it was Turkish, but she came from there, and,
Yeah.
or Greek.
Okay. So but your mum was 100% Greek, but lived in now which is a Turkish.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. My mom, yes. Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Now, you get to high school. What subjects are you doing?
In high school,
Nah.
ah,
Sorry. Yes.
algebra,
Algebra. Maths.
history,
Yes.
maths. Yeah, algebra, maths.
What did you do in history? What did you learn? Which?
Trigonometria.
Yeah.
You know trigonometria?
Trigonometry.
Yeah, bravo.
Is that a
The
Greek
same.
word?
Of course it is.
Oh.
Yeah,
See that,
plenty.
Tio? Everything's Greek.
Yeah. Yep. And all right. What else? History,
What you learning in history?
Greek.
You're in Mytilene. You're in a high
I'm not.
school.
I'm, I'm not gonna say now what I learned. I can't remember the most of
With
it.
Egypt, ancient
Everything,
Greece.
everything. Yes, and yeah, and Latin. I remember Latin.
Okay.
I even remember now. Dum spiro spero, and that means I live and I breathe. I live and I can breathe. Right?
Wow.
Dum efosson ζω, ελπίζω, and ελπίζω. You know, I hope. I live and I've got hopes. You know?
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. Academics
Yeah.
in school. Were you good in school?
Yeah. Yeah, I was. When we finished and giving, the exetasis, what they call it, the
Yeah.
HSC, like here we say HSC. I was going, I want to go as a gymnastic teacher, right? Because I was very good in the strong and very good in the athlete I was. So I write that on first. Priority, I had that one. And then I had the economics, and then I had some other stuff. And I had good marks, and I had first law, law. And second economics, and third the gymnastics, But something happened, and I didn't do any of those. I got married and came to Australia και ζήσαμε καλά και εσείς καλύτερα. That means, and we all live good. And you, after that.
How old? Once again, you think you said you were 22.
Yeah.
So you finished school. Did you start working at all in Greece?
No. I never worked. Just finished the school. Was in June. All right. Finish
In June.
in June. Finish the school. For the next year, you go and to another class. And I got married 66, 67. I got married at 66. Oh, no, sorry, 67. 4th of January, 67. Now, I got married. And November 13th, Friday. Listen to this. I came to Australia.
Wow. How did you meet your husband?
He wants to know everything.
This is Stories Unlocked. This
I
is what
get-
we're doing.
Sorry, I forgot all about that. I was going to lock it. Yeah, very interesting things. But to say my life, to talk about my life, I have to have I don't know how many pages of to make
Yes.
a book. I work very hard, here in Australia.
So why did you want to come to Australia? Why Australia?
Because those days, no, even now, but not that much like before. Not many things to do what? You study a doctor, all right. How many doctors Greece can get? Every mother wanted, the child to become a doctor.
Γιατρό.
Oh, yeah, yatro. And no, to go to work where? Maybe 10, 20, 1,000, 2,000, the rest. There's so many kids that, they finish schools and they're looking for unis and everything, and they're looking for job, even now. So that's why, we left. And thank you, God, we work hard.
Why did you pick Australia though? Why not America? Why not?
Yes, that's a good question. My sister-in-law was here,
Okay.
and my husband then said, because we got married in Greece, of course, said, what about if, And she says, yeah, all right. That'll be a good idea, and we came. You know what I mean? Because someone had to do all the paperwork. If you're good enough to come to another country, Australia was very, and it still is, with people coming in. So that's how we came.
When you got off the plane,
Mm.
where'd you go?
What plane? What plane?
Oh, sorry. You went on the Patrice to what?
Patrice.
No?
Patrice, bring me here.
The Patrice brought you here.
Yeah, it's a boat, big boat.
Okay.
Iperoceano.
Operoceano. Is that another boat?
Iperoceano means big boat.
Big boat.
Yeah, big.
Megalo karάβι.
Bravo. Megalo karάβι.
Okay, now, on the boat, how many months was it?
Suez was closed. You know Suez? Suez.
It's part of an ocean.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Suez.
Yeah.
The Yefra.
Okay.
So we had to go around from Gibraltar, right?
Okay.
Where Lebanon is somewhere there, right? So we took 40 days.
40 days.
40 days.
Did you stop?
In Fremantle and in Africa somehow.
You
Somewhere.
took a stop in Africa.
Yeah.
Did you get out, look around? Did you spend a couple days?
No, only for a day.
Only for a day.
They took us out. We went, when we went to Lebanon, we had to stop. What I'm talking about. We had to stop. And a friend of mine, from school, the same class was co-ed, that one, when we finished. He was going to Melbourne and to see, his sister was there, married, and he was going there. And he said, "I'm coming with you." I said, "Come on, now that we, let's go out together." We went from the boat, go to a shop. When we went to that shop, we wanted bread because he had cheese, homemade cheese from the mother, I don't know, to take it to his sister. He had a big bag or something. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. And I said, "All right, let's go and get bread and have some nice cheese, from..."
Yes. This is in Melbourne.
No, in Lebanon.
In Lebanon. Okay.
So I went in, there, and I said, "Excuse me." I didn't know how to say anything in Lebanese. And I said, "Excuse me, I need bread." And then he goes, "Here you are. Here." And he gave me a pita. Those big ones, the Lebanese ones, the nice ones.
Yeah.
He gave me the pita. I said, "No, this is not bread. This is pita." And he was going, "No, this is bread." I said, it kept going that. And then in the end, I said, "All right, give me your bread." I got angry. "Give me your bread." He said, "Kia, I give you some more. I give you some more." And he gave me more pitas. And might as well the pita did it better working with the cheese and the tomatoes and whatever else we found in the boat. And we made nice, those Lebanese bread with all the stuff in.
Wow.
That was heaven. Yeah, you see. But I had a fight with him. Why? He says, "This is bread." I said, "This is pita." He was saying,
Is
"No,
pita and bread not the same thing?
it's the same thing for them."
Okay.
Because they didn't have the carvelli,
Okay.
those, the bread. We have here the Vienna or the whatever.
When you're on the boat at 40 days at sea, was it something exciting? Were you tired? Were you nervous? Were you scared?
I tell you this, on the boat, I always, even if I travel, if I don't take the tablet, for travel, I get dizzy. I have to look in the front.
Wow.
So those days, I didn't know that tablets exist to take tablet or something, so I don't get dizzy on the boat. So daytime, I was inside. Nighttime, I used to go upstairs, sing, play. They used to put things on like dancing, singing, karaoke, this and
And
that.
it was all Greeks.
And I was all Greeks. And I was always the first. Always the first, singing. And yeah. And this man, he used to work there. He was from the island. And he used to bring me food, steak, or things like that in my cabin. So
you had a cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my husband was that on the bottom one was a double decker, whatever they call them.
Yes.
What they call them? I don't know what they call them. My husband was down and I was up. We went to bed, all right, we went to sleep. All of a sudden, I thought I saw something like the water on, what do we call those? Those windows, the round ones?
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, I can see the water." And he goes, "You're dreaming, go back to bed." "Oh, well, I'm dreaming." All of a sudden, the boat is like that. It went, we were going through they call it? Equator.
Okay.
Equator. Wow. And
It's your phone. You have to answer it. It could be important. Who is it? If you answer, you got to put it on the podcast. What a. It's all right.
it's my fault. Sorry.
Who is it?
Dear. Not important.
Not important. Okay. Sometimes we like to answer on the podcast and welcome them. Not important. I like that. Okay. Here we go. It could be important.
It must be important.
It must be. It's okay. It's all right.
Sorry, Sabrina. I'm doing something. Bye. Yeah, podcast. Yeah, sorry, dear. Yeah, I can hear it. Okay.
Did you let him know you're on a podcast?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He said, sorry, I didn't know you.
Didn't know you're on a podcast, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
By the way, that's the short, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay. So you were on the boat coming. How many people on the boat? It was like 1,500, 400.
1.5.
1,500 people.
Yes, 1.5. I
Crazy.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Very, very, really packed.
Packed, eh? Wow.
I remember that.
Was it lots of good food always? Was it lots of...
Yeah, as soon as I was going into the lunch, dining room,
Yeah.
I smelled the food running back.
Wow. That sounds full on. You come out, you walk off Botany, Sydney. Where'd you come? Where'd the boat come to Sydney?
What they call? What? No, here in
Sydney Harbour,
no.
Pyrmont.
Yeah, Pyrmont.
Okay, you get off at Pyrmont.
Yes.
And what are you thinking? You look around, you're in Australia. It's different to Mytilene.
Yes.
Yes.
But because it was a bit late, well, not really. The sun was down then, the time that we came.
Yes.
And I remember when I saw the houses somewhere, not Balmain, what's that?
Drummoyne?
No, before Drummoyne.
Roselle.
Bravo.
Yes.
And when I saw the houses one next to the other,
Yeah.
the semis,
Yeah.
as we say, I said, oh my God, look, the houses, they don't have backyards or something. They don't have, a lot of room or something like that. I said, oh, don't worry. Our house is it's got a big yard. All right. Yeah,
And were you
I freaked out. I thought it was a...
driving in a car?
Yeah. Going now to Five Dock.
To Five. So you went and lived in Five Dock.
For a year.
Okay.
Not really, anyway.
And there, what did you work? Did your husband work in that first year? What did you do in that first year?
Well, he went to work. I think he went to a factory for a year after. And me, I went for singing as a singer.
Oh, really?
And I was very popular too.
And where did you sing?
In, what was the first one? I forgot the name. Panorama.
Okay, that was in
Newtown.
Newtown.
Yes.
I remember that one. I used to go.
You do?
No, I'm
Not
joking.
you never.
I wasn't born.
I was going to say that. Yeah. So anyway, and yeah. And after that, we went into the catering business and finito.
Into the catering business? How old were you in the catering business?
30 odd years.
Okay. Did you have any kids then?
From 72.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I had both kids.
What age did you have kids?
Well, Corn was born 2 years. 2 years. 72, we started the business, all right? The catering business, the restaurant business.
Yes.
The kids, little, very little. I remember. 72 years old and 3 years old, something like that. Yeah.
And during that time, I know you were respected and known and a very popular singer,
Mm,
and you used to sing at a lot of different places.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Tell me about that. During the day, you would rest up. At night, you would sing. Was there lots of? I don't see many Greek places these days.
No,
You go Steki. Where else do you go?
they not
Where are they?
because those days you missed your place. You know what I mean? Now, don't forget this is third generation, all right?
Okay.
When we left, you know, we missed what we left.
Mm.
And we were going out, you know, to have some fun in the weekend and to go in places that they have buzuka, as they say, music and stuff. Sorry, but this a little bit annoys me.
You can take it
You know,
off.
eh?
You can take it off. You can talk like this. Whatever you like.
I guess so, but thank you.
Eh.
Don't laugh.
You take it off. You can put it down.
No, I'm not going to put it. Well,
You don't
are
need
you
it.
sure?
You don't need it.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm gonna put
How's
it.
my hair
I
now,
like
darling?
it.
Eh?
It looks good.
Yeah,
It looks good,
for
yeah.
sure. That's for sure.
All right, so yeah, you were
What we
singing
say?
different places, and there was many Greek places back then.
Yes, a few.
Okay,
4, 5, 6.
what are some of the names of places that you used to sing at?
So, what we said, Panorama,
Yep,
Vrachos,
Vrachos,
Salona,
Salona,
Patrice,
Patrice. They're
and
named
another
after a
one
boat. That's
which-
cool.
and another one, but I can't remember. Huh? They were down all around the same area. I knew
Was there
them.
another one called the Mykonos back then?
Yes,
Because my
yes.
my friend
I know.
Steve Lowe, he told me
His
the stories
father
as a
and
little
mother.
kid. Tell me about the Mykonos back in the day.
What can I say about the Mykonos?
Was that one of the
beautiful.
best?
One of the best
Yeah.
Mykonos. Mykonos, one of the best. The owners were beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, all good, all good.
And exactly like the Bazooka. You come
Yeah,
on
yeah,
12
yeah,
o'clock
yeah,
at night,
Bazooka,
11
yeah.
o'clock. How would you come on?
Oh, 10 o'clock.
You come on and you sing. What kind of... If I go to a Bazooka these days, it kind of starts off and then ends in Zimbabwe. Is it the same? It will start with a journey, like a musical,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it builds up and it finish. What time would you finish?
Those days was 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
And people used to smoke in the clubs.
Oh, yes.
What kind of... Lots of food,
Oh, yes. Whatever you know.
flowers, everything.
It works.
Could you break plates?
Yes.
Could you allow the dance floor on fire? Fire.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. What kind of music was your specialty?
Laika.
Like,
Laika.
can we have something? Can we have a taster?
Let me have some water.
Like,
Mamma mia. Oopsie. Serio.
can I get some more sparkling tea? We're about to get our performance. Sometimes I wish I was
Excuse me.
born in your time. Everything just sounds more exciting.
Hmm?
Everything just sounds more.
Look, what I missed is the quietness. The
Quiet.
good. The people used to love each other, to look after each other. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yes. Well, nothing. Yeah. People were very down to earth. The less you got, more down to earth you are. The more you got, you're losing it.
And we're going to get to that.
Yes.
This is later on.
Why?
But you got to lay got performance right now. Give me one that you used to love to sing.
What?
One song.
Listen. I haven't eaten.
Okay, all right.
How you
Sorry.
can sing with an empty stomach?
Okay. All right. Now, you get into the catering business 1972, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Why catering?
Well, I don't know. Because of me, my husband said, let's open a, because I used to cook a lot.
But I mean, to a catering business, and there's a you got lots of people. You've got it's a
Ah,
operations. You
point,
have
point, point, point. My husband, after that year that he went and worked the first year in the factory, he went and worked at Sydney Rowing Club, right? Then was like I said, like very small thing,
really
not what you see now, right? So from there, he started getting the experience. So the fellow who's had the restaurant then,
yep.
I don't know, I think he did something and he's gone. And they asked my husband to take over. So that's how we started, right?
Wow.
From there. So my kids grew up in the TV room, you know what I mean? And I mean, the first few years until they grow up a little bit and, look after themselves. Yeah.
So I'm guessing a lot of Australians back then in Drummoyne, Abbotsford,
They
the rowing
still
club.
are.
Yeah,
Yes, they still are. Yeah, these areas, they don't have much of.
I feel like the rowing clubs were very Australian.
Oh,
The
yes.
private schools,
Yes.
and they
Yeah.
picked your husband. They said we would like you to run the kitchen, run the
Around the
catering,
restaurant,
run
yeah,
the
the
restaurant.
catering.
Yes,
Then, now, after, now you
that's
don't
how it
call it
started. So,
catering,
but that's the DNA of Dedes. It just happened
just like that.
just like that in a very
Yes,
wow.
yes. I said yes. Yeah, I said, all right, let's go. Let's do it.
And to cook, I mean, how'd you find? I mean, you have to cook for a lot more people now. Was it easy,
A lot
or
of stories. The story, my story never finished,
you
all
could
right?
go for 5 hours?
You never, you need 10 hours or not, and more. So, you know, that's how it is.
And how old were your kids when you?
My kids, I don't know. Don't ask me now how old they were. I don't know how old I am. Yeah, my kids, a little. I mean,
They were little
they if
kids.
it's maybe 5, 6. I can't tell you my story. Next time we do the rest of it.
The rest,
The rest.
part two.
Part
Okay, so you're there. The rowing club. Your kids getting older. Um, you know, you what else is happening during that time? You worked 7 days a week, very
In the
hard.
beginning, I used to work at night too.
Okay,
Daytime work, 'cause
singing.
yeah, and yeah, nighttime singing. But I
Wow,
didn't last a lot
very hard.
because it was very hard, something like a year or so. And then I stopped because I couldn't.
No,
I needed my sleep. In 24 hours, I had only 4 hours sleep. And that was in the weekends because my husband, could have stayed. I think we had, oh no, that was when I used to sing and not having yeah, he used to have the kids so I could sleep a little bit when he was in the factory.
wow, a
Yeah,
lot of hard work. Were there good times?
of course. Look, when you're young, everything is good, right? Uh, if you work, you have, some money there everything is fine. Long as you're health and be young means
I'm gonna go
everything.
tell all the young people that now.
Eh?
We'll see.
What?
If you tell the young people that these days,
Yeah.
Everything's good. Everything's thing.
for them,
Simple.
for them.
Mm.
You know, for us, the young ones give us heaps these days.
Yeah.
All right, not like the olden days when they used to obey to the mother and father and say, "Hello, come here," and he's there. You know, now they say, "Look, I'm 21. I'm free. All right, arrivederci. You free?" But we spoiled the kids these days. We spoiled the kids. And that makes things harder for us. You know what I mean? I don't know, but that's my one thing I want to say is I'm a very positive person, right? Very positive. So think positive and try to give at least 10 minutes to yourself to pray. You know that the prayer is number one for the human beings to pray to God who bring you here. Huh? Yeah, you have to read a little bit. You know, just read where we come from and what we're doing here and how we spend our life. You know what I mean? For all those things, you have to sit down and think and say, why I'm doing this. This is temporary life, you know? This is just nothing. We must do what we're supposed to do, the good thing, all right? So we can get up there and laugh. You know what I mean? Please read something like that. I'm very, very close, you know, with Christianity. I'm very, you know, my life changed when I saw two saints, but this I'm going to say to another part. My life is full of things, you know, you name it, and all good things, nothing, you know. So that's it for today, I think. All right?
So,
What?
what I'm hearing is from a young girl.
Yeah.
You had a lot of adversity, a lot of challenges, um,
Yeah.
but the way you explain this whole journey in the most positive, at no point was there any complaint.
For what?
You know, you bet again from a young kid and going on a boat, 40 days at sea, coming out to a place where they're all speaking another language,
No problem.
and you wouldn't have had, you know, the friends and the network and you know your husband working extremely hard in factories, yourself working massive hours, 4 hours sleep,
Mm.
um, and right the way through. I don't think I've had an individual that's been so positive, not one complaint.
No,
It's just
it happened.
it's just happy to be. It's just happy to be here.
Yes. Happy to be here, right? I don't like negative people. Negativity, that's how they call it, negativity. It brings a lot of bad things, a lot. Uh, And you know those ladies that they go, oh my God, and this happened, and what am I going to do? And what, you know, what is going to be now, and blah, 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 and how I'm going to do it. Stop. You know what I mean? Stop. Think positive. Think for the good. What you say to the brain,
Yes.
what you say, and what you think, that's what it happens. The brain is a life thing. It's us. It's us. Well, you know, if the brain stops, you stop to talk to. You know, you
Yes.
stop talking. So don't think negative. It's like the rainbow. I haven't eaten there, It's Lent time.
Yes.
Laugh. You're laughing with me now. So, it's like the rainbow, right? When the rainbow comes out after the big storm, everything, it's calm. So that's how I have the positive with the negative. Positive is the rainbow. The negative is the storm. So try to think positive to go, to pass the storm, because remember that the rainbow's coming and everything is all good again.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
That's
beautiful.
how I have it. That's how, and I got sick so many times. I've got so many
Really?
operations. This and
Really?
that, I say that, and okay, but but I'm still here. I'm 78 years old, right? And I'm still here. Okay, just because I think positive.
I love it. I love it. And okay, we've had over 40 guests come on to Stories Unlocked. I haven't had a better story. It's authentic, and
Authentic.
you've
It
had no
is.
agenda. This whole time, there is no agenda. We all know you're part of creating something great, the Dedes Group, to where it is for now. But this whole thing, you're speaking from your soul. You followed your passion
Yeah.
of performing, and right the way through, it just seems like you're always in the moment, on the positive side. Well, I know it's Lent. It's getting late. We've had quite the shoot. We did a pre-shoot back at the studio, and now we're here.
Now I'm gonna finish it.
Do the mic drop.
Huh?
Tell me the finisher.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it.
Well, yes.
Well. Λίγα πεύκα, λίγα μπάρμαρα λευκά και μια θάλασσα που λάμπει από φρεσκάδα, εκκλησάκια φτωχικά και εξωτικά, να τι θα πει η Ελλάδα, να τι θα πει Ελλάδα. That was. Bye, everybody. Bye for now.
You left it to the end. Thank you, Helen.